Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of the VULCAN Report. This election night coverage is taking place at 9:44 p.m., so it's about a quarter to 10. And today is Tuesday, November the 8th, 2016. You're looking at a live chart of the gold futures. I did warn you that all gaps are filled. Absolutely, period. You gap down beginning of the week, only to recover now after a head fake continuation downturn after the 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time futures open. Here you have it. All right, head faked everyone and then turned right back up. Let me show you what that looks like here. If we go to the hourly chart, this is what happened. The market reopens and it's heading lower, right? Head faking you. Then all of a sudden you have one of these, and now here we are here, and here you are here. All right, so that's what's happened on the hourly chart. Looking at the intraday chart, the 4-hour, which is the best intraday chart, you can see what's happening now. It ended the downtrend, now it's going into an uptrend. All right, hitting an overbought thing here, but that's what's happening on the night session. Pulling back up the daily chart though, this is where you are. Okay, you still got this cumulo cloud to deal with. You got this downward pressure ramp that's going to push prices lower, or at least attempt to. But if we can break out of the cumulo cloud here, then you can kind of play around up in here. But elections are like that, but they don't have to be. Just like I indicated in the prior videos, how to rig an election. So here you go. Gap is being filled on the gold futures. It should also be noted that I did warn you guys, but so gold's up over 30 bucks. Now you're looking at the Dow futures. The Dow futures now is down almost 500 points. Again, you had this tremendous gap up here that needed to be dealt with. Now the gap is filled. However, the downside is that this is a super hyper parabolic bearish engulfing candle. So it's doing what I told you it was going to do. So congratulations to you guys calling for the market crash, because here's your crash. Okay, you're getting your crash. Here you go. All right, so maybe your puts will be safe now if the time decay hasn't totally destroyed you. All right, your gap is done. You've taken out the prior support here, and if we close below this, then that's going to give you exciting momentum going forward for the next couple of days. But here you are. This is a mess. On the weekly chart, you're testing the trend line support. A break below that, and the Dow falls, another maybe 1,000 points. We'll see. Maybe not all up in one fell swoop, but it's looking really nasty. And as I'm talking to you right now, you're down 488 points and falling. Let's take a look at some other markets. All right, looking here at the Nikkei. The Nikkei at one point was down almost 800 points. Okay, this is what's happening. You have that gap up here, and it's being filled. All right, I'm going to end this real quick because I just wanted to point out a few things to you. One of these days, people are going to start to listen. I don't know when that's going to be. Two things. First, I told you gaps are always filled, and I warned you about the gaps prior to this happening. Second of all, I also warned you that if Trump wins, that the market was going to punish that outcome. All right, or at least make it look that that's what's happening, and that's what's happening now. All right, the market, the Dow is factoring in a Trump victory. That's why the market is turning south the way it is. All right, a Hillary victory, and this right here will reverse on a dime. You can guarantee that. So we still don't know what's going to happen. I can just tell you from all prognostications leading up to this day that I believe that Trump's main role was to get Hillary elected, and for all intents and purposes, it seems to be playing that out. But right now, the market's doing what it's doing. Just remember, rule number 3. So I've given you 2 things. I told you about the gaps being filled, and I told you about which candidate wins, how the market reacts. Then the third thing I want to throw out here before I end the video is I told you when they want to crash a market, they run it up first. That's what they did here. They ran it up first so they could crash it. Alright, and when they want to rally something, then they will crash it first, like they did with gold, and now you see what the gold is doing, okay? So remember that this is just the nature of the beast. This is how these markets work. It is not rocket science, but it is based on experience. If you don't have the experience, you're not going to know what to look for and see those signs. So here it is. Here, this is your US dollar, and it's getting cracked like an egg too. The US dollar right now is down a full penny, and that's huge. That's 100 points basically, okay? This is huge. Alright, so you gapped up on your dollar, and then here this is correcting and falling below the trend line support, and you got that air pocket from 97 back down to the 96 handle. Not looking good there. Negative pulse wave, tremendous negative momentum. So the dollar getting whacked along with the stock market. As I'm I thought I was going to be done, but I got to show you another chart, because as we speak, things are jumping off. Don't be surprised though if in the morning the stock market's positive. All right, this is the NASDAQ. It's nasty. It's down 145 points right now. This is just unprecedented. This is a spectacular move. A spectacular move. They pushed that thing up to the 48 handle, and now it's down at the 46 handle. This thing is falling. This is crazy. But this is just letting you know, like I said, how to rig an election. You can rig an election like you rig a market, and you're seeing it right now. Okay, crude oil's down a buck. I mean, it's just pandemonium in these markets, and the election is not even over with yet. So be prepared for anything. All right, this is not Brexit. I don't know why people keep saying Brexit. Brexit was a totally different animal, just like I explained to you in the prior videos. That was totally different, and really the only markets that were really affected was really that British pound. All right, it fell thousands of points. No other markets fell like that. All right, the stock market didn't fall like that, but that British pound fell thousands of points. Period. All right, so this is not that. This is something totally entirely different. And even if the dollar and the Dow and everything does fall like that, it's more catastrophic because you have the dollar moving with the stock market, moving with the Dow. Okay. All right, we just fell below 500 points now. The Dow was down more than 500 points, and the Nasdaq's getting worse, down 148 points, and the S&P 500 is down 71 points. This is absolutely incredible. Incredible pandemonium. Let me just move this over so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about, because I just want you to see this for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Here it is. Alright, look at this. This right here is the Dow. Alright, it's just moving so fast right now. It's down 503 points just a second ago. Now it's only down 462. So it's swinging these wide swings now. Okay, you're swinging like 40-point price swings in the Dow within seconds. You see this NASDAQ down 140, down 139. Here's the S&P now down 63. And here's the Russell down 33. Here's the Nikkei down 660. Here's oil down $1.15. The dollar down 97. This is this. And here's gold down up $31. Silver up 23 cents. Excuse me. Just massive price action going on right now. This is crazy. Anything can happen though. Like I told you, anything can happen. They can say, Hillary got more electoral votes. Remember, the popular vote doesn't matter. It's these electoral votes. Whoever gets the most electoral votes is the president. So anything can happen. They can pull a rabbit out of a hat. They can make anything happen. Just be prepared for it. And best thing to do is stand aside and let the markets sort themselves out before you get involved. You're not going to miss anything. Trust and believe me, you're not going to miss a thing. The trend is going to be the trend. If it's going to be a downtrend, then you're looking at the very baby infant beginning stages of it. If it's going to be a bull run, same thing. It's the beginning stage of that too. Proof is in the pudding. Here's the NASDAQ chart, right? If this is going to be the beginning of a bear run, let me put the thing back over so you can see it real quick. Here we go. All right, here's that. All right, this is going to be the beginning of a bear run. Then you're just below the Kumo cloud now. So you have, you can run to the downside. If it's going to be the beginning of a possible bear run because they reverse it based on the new outcome from the election, then here you are. You're right here. You're right at that intersection. You know what I mean? So the sky's the limit, and who knows how far we can fall. So just understand, this is, even though you have all this price action taking place in the overnight session, in the grand scheme of things, nothing's moving at all. Now you'd be like, huh, what are you talking about? Let me just show you this so I can go chill. Alright, here we go. Here's a weekly chart of your NASDAQ. Does it look like anything has happened? Even though we're having this massive price movement in the overnight market. When you look at this chart, do you see anything crazy? Not really. Not really. Not at all. You're still technically in this trading range from this bar here. You're still in the trading range. You have not really broken out of the trading range. Alright, the low on this bar here is 46.25 and a quarter, and we hit 46.47.75. So we're still trading in the range. We have not broken below or out from it. We just can't break out of this trading range. Alright, you still need further convincing. Okay, here we go. All this price action happening tonight, in the grand scheme of things, is absolutely nothing. It's noise. Alright, all these markets might as well be trading in their Kumo clouds of death because the price action is absolutely nonsense. Here's this trading range. Remember, from here, you're right here. Alright, the low of here is at 17,618. See, you got to come all the way down to here just to capture that. Alright, you're still stuck in the trading range. Nothing's happening. This is nothing. Nothing is happening. Alright, just noise, people. So don't even though this is like, wow, this is big time movement, it is. I'm not taking away from it, but just understand it's happening within the grander scheme of things, this wide trading range. So you can see how this is still bullish in the Dow. Alright, nothing's happening. Yeah, you're in a negative pulse wave, but nothing's happening. Yeah, you're coming from an oversold situation per se, but alright, so just wanted to show you, the craziness that's happening surrounding, behind the scenes of the election with the markets and what the markets are saying right now. The market's saying it likes Trump for the president. So this is what's happening. Alright, this is the price action for a Trump victory. We should get a reversal if it looks like Hillary is going to win. Okay, so you've seen it here live right now, and take from it what you will. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have an answer, or maybe later tonight, but I'll probably be asleep. So anyway, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace out.